gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for joining me today on our Go Rio River Cruises. My name is Caleb, spelled with a K, and I'm going to be y'all's boat captain for about the next 30 minutes or so as I give y'all a brief history tour about my hometown, San Antonio. Before we get started though, you guys, I do have a few safety rules I got to go over with y'all to make sure you all stay safe throughout this ride, so I need everybody to pay attention really quickly here. Rule number 1, please stay seated at all times. No getting up, walking around the boat, or playing musical chairs. The seat you're currently in is the seat that you currently get. Boat rule number 2, keep your arms and elbows inside the wooden rails here that you see along the sides. And rule number 3, please no smoking or vaping. Lastly, I do have safety vests for each and every one of you underneath these hatches on either one of my sides, but if you find yourself in the river, folks, very important, all you gotta do is just stand up and walk out. Seriously, you guys, I promise you, nothing's gonna happen. You won't have to panic. The river's only 3 feet in most areas. And most of y'all look like you passed that threshold. But like I said, if you find yourself in the river, I got safety vests just in case. Also, you guys, I kind of want y'all to treat this tour like you're in a movie theater. Try to keep the side conversations to a minimum. No talking on your phones or FaceTiming out of respect for everybody wanting to listen to the tour. But other than that, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, you guys. And we'll go ahead and get things started with this really cool piece of history that we're passing by here on the left-hand side. This white antique building that we're passing by in 1853 was known as St. Mary's Catholic School for Boys, which eventually later changed into St. Mary's Law School. But in 1968, a few graduates from the St. Mary's Law School decided to purchase the building for themselves and turned it into another hotel you see today, known as Hotel La Pension. You guys are going to recognize along this tour, I'm going to be saying the word hotel like 300 times. But I promise if y'all stick with me throughout the rest of this tour, I'm going to be showing you a lot more cool stuff than just a bunch of hotels. Kind of like this next building coming up here, you guys. After we pass the bridge, take a look to the left side of the boat. Notice that this entire building here from top to bottom looks completely flat, you guys. You might be wondering, how in the world does this building look so flat? Well, I'll tell you exactly how. This building is an optical illusion. If you were to look at it from a bird's eye view top down, the building is in the shape of a triangle. The other 2 sides are hidden behind this one here in front of you. This building is known as the Nix Hospital, built in 1930, and it was the first hospital to have working air conditioning. Currently getting renovated, however, not going to be another hotel. I've heard that Nix is actually going to become an apartment building. But for all of us desperate to see more hotels, take a look here in front of us, you guys. I got this white building behind our Presses Street Bridge we're going to be passing underneath here. And this is known as our Hyatt Regency Hotel. Built in 1981, it was actually supposed to have 40 floors. However, on the other side of this hotel is a National War Monument we know as the Alamo. And if you are unaware, it is illegal to cast a shadow on any National War Monument here in the U.S. So our hotel here got cut from 40 to 16 stories in order to prevent casting that shadow. If you guys are ever walking around and you'd like to come visit the Alamo though, all you gotta do, pass through these doors you see here on the left side of the boat. Notice on top of the doors, it reads the Shops of Paso del Alamo. Just take a quick elevator ride up to street level. By the time you exit the front doors of the hotel, you should notice a big old sign pointing you in the direction of the Alamo. Quick question here, you guys. Is there anybody here who has not yet been to the Alamo? Raise your hand. 1 person. It's okay, don't feel bad. I just like telling guests visiting the Alamo should be near the top of your priority list when you come to San Antonio. Just check out a bit of our history, see what makes San Antonio, in my opinion, the coolest city in Texas. No offense to any other Texas city. I know we have other Texans riding with us today. I'm just a little biased, you guys. This is my hometown. Coming up, if you take a look towards the front right corner here, you're going to notice this red brick building that we're passing by. This building was built in 1927, known as the Casino Club Building. However, I know it says casino, but there was actually no gambling going on here whatsoever, you guys. Matter of fact, what was actually happening here back in the day, this is where businessmen from all around the country came to conduct their business. There was no other details given, so if you know, you know. However, today, Saltgrass Steakhouse operates on the 1st and 2nd floors. Right above Saltgrass, Active Apartments. if you want to live here on the Riverwalk. I will warn you guys though, there's a multi-year waiting list in order to get a room in this building. Probably because a famous actor that used to live in the building early in his career, Tommy Lee Jones. And if there's anybody riding with us who may not know who Tommy Lee Jones is, if you've ever seen the movie Men in Black, he's the other guy who's not Will Smith. Now here we're passing through what we call River Square. Home to all different types of restaurants, whatever your appetite's craving for the day, you guys check it out. We got German food, Mexican food, French food, Mexican food, Italian food, Mexican. Alright, you guys get it. There's a lot of Mexican food here. Whatever you're craving though, come check out River Square, you guys. I'm sure you'll find exactly what you're looking for. Just as long as that includes Mexican food. Kind of like here to the right, you guys, as we pass underneath this bridge, we're passing by the Mexican restaurant known as Casa Rio. Established in 1946, to this day, the oldest restaurant on the Riverwalk. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for Casa Rio, you guys, you would not be on this boat ride right now. Back in the day, after you placed your order with Casa Rio, they allowed you to catch a boat ride around the river. Then, by the time you came back to location, your food would have been hot and ready, waiting for you on the table. Now we are going to be making this little detour here, you guys. As we make this left turn, we'd like to inform you, everything that you have just seen regarding the river before we passed up this little arch bridge here is all natural flow. A lot of people tend to believe that the entire Riverwalk is man-made. Well, that is simply not true, you guys. Everything before we make that left turn is all natural. Everything that we are now currently entering is the man-made extension. This portion was built in 1968 to be a bridge that connected the Riverwalk to a building I'm going to show you guys here coming up in just a few moments, the Tower of Americas. But before we get to the tower, you guys, I do want to show y'all a little bit of artwork that we have along here in the man-made extension, kind of like coming up here towards the front left corner. Notice that there's this painting of butterfly wings standing in front of this wall here. We always see guests standing in front of this painting, taking pictures, making it look like they have butterfly wings themselves. Across from the painting of wings here, if you take a look towards the front right corner side of the boat, you're going to notice two tall metal statues hanging out above the rock wall that kind of look like flowers. But if you're not a fan of the fake flowers, take a look on the opposite side of the river, folks. Here on the front left corner, some real flower beds planted here for all my green-thumbed folks. And if you listen, you might hear some waterfall sounds in the background. Take a look here to the right. We got a man-made waterfall built right here for you guys. This actually looks really cool at nighttime when they turn on the lights right above it. This is a portion of the river I like to call Artist Alley. I recommend taking a little bit of a walk around this area if you want to come snap a few photos, because we really appreciate you guys showing off how beautiful San Antonio is by posting all of your pictures to Instagram. Coming up, the newest addition to the Riverwalk, placed here in 2022. Take a look towards the front right corner. This giant statue of a woman sitting in between the bridges here is known as the Stargazer. Made out of 90 pieces of volcanic rock, all from Mexico. Except for one small little detail, you guys. That star between her fingers is made out of marble. And people are always asking me, what the heck is she looking at? Well, if you guys really want to know, she's actually looking for when the Dallas Cowboys are going to win their next Super Bowl. That was perfect, you guys. I never had that happen on my tour. That was awesome.
Great timing.
Appreciate that. But never mind the Cowboys, you guys. Take a look out towards the front right corner. Notice that tall tower in the background, hiding behind our Grand Hyatt Hotel. That is the Tower of Americas. Built in 1968. 750 feet tall. At the very top of the tower, there is a restaurant, bar, and observation deck. Now, if you'd like to hang out at the top of the tower, I will warn you guys, they do charge $18.50 for an elevator ride to get to the top of the tower. But don't worry, you guys, I know that sounds expensive, but it is free to come back down, so you're covered. Here, we are entering what is known as the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center, also built in 1968. Named after the first Mexican-American elected into the House of Representatives. Just to name a few of the conventions hosted here, you guys, we like to host Comic-Con as well as our own anime convention called San Japan. But it's not all fun and games. Business conventions here as well, like our Future Business Leaders of America and our Texas Music Educators Administration Convention. Connected to the convention center, guys, take a look here to the left side of the boat. We're passing by the building known as the Lila Cockrell Theater. Named after Lila Cockrell, the first female mayor to serve in San Antonio back in 1975. That mosaic you see at the top is made out of 400,000 naturally colored stones, all from Mexico. We actually had a team of people who went out to Mexico to find all these stones according to their color in order to fit the picture. You see it there today. If you didn't get a good look at the mosaic, you guys, don't worry. We will be making our way back towards the Lila Cockrell Theater so you can get another look at that mosaic. But before we go, we want to show y'all here this little island that we're going to be making our loop around. Notice on top of the island, we got some flower statues here. You might even notice some of them are lighting up. It's a little bit harder to see in the daytime. I recommend taking a walk around this portion of the river, especially once the sun has gone down, you guys. You'll be able to see every bit of light that these statues give off. Makes a really cool spot to come take pictures and some video. As we make our loop, we'll go around slow though, just in case any of you want to get some pictures in now, maybe some video, because I promise you will not be getting this close to the island later on. We'll let you guys know you can actually get your hands on these statues. They are now 50% off, available at Walmart. Which is also a joke, you guys. Please don't believe that. Take a look behind the island here. Notice on the right, we're passing by this grotto, which is a main pathway to 3 different points of interest here in our downtown area. Number 1, Hemisphere Park, where they hosted the World's Fair in 1968. Number 2, Tower of Americas, that Space Needle 2 looking building I showed you guys earlier. And number 3, there used to be a building back here that was called the Institute of Texan Cultures. However, I would like to inform you guys that building no longer exists. They're actually renovating the entire area and they're going to be turning it into our new sports arena for our local NBA team, the San Antonio Spurs. If you guys are ever in town, want to watch a Spurs game, maybe they're playing against your favorite team, or you just want to come take a look at that nice new arena once it's finished, this grotto will lead you directly to it once it's finished here in a few years, you guys, so make sure you come check that out. I do like to take this time in the tour to ask everybody riding with me, do we have NBA fans riding with us? Who's the teams that we root for?
Lakers!
Sorry, what? I heard Lakers?
Lakers!
Lakers, okay, nice.
Spurs!
Spurs, awesome. Let's hit another sport here. Do we have any football fans riding with us? Want to give us a shout out to their teams? Who do we root for, you guys? Packers? Who's that?
We're Lions. Detroit
Lions. Okay, respectful.
Packers!
Packers.
All right!
Jaguars. Let's go Jags.
And one of my favorite sports, you guys, to touch on it really quick. Do we have baseball fans riding with us today by any chance? Yeah? Who's our teams?
You name
Brewers?
it.
Brewers?
Where are you from?
I grew up the Cubs.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Kentucky.
Well, if you guys would like to know my team,
I like 'em all.
For baseball, I'm an Astros fan.
You too.
Most people boo me because we cheated that one year. But you know what? A W is a W, so I'm going to take it. And so do you guys name one baseball team that hasn't cheated?
Right.
Exactly. You can't. They all have. The Astros are the only ones that got caught because hitting a trash can in the middle of a baseball game isn't very discreet. So we don't suck at winning, we just suck at cheating. But never mind that.
He's honest.
Really quickly, I would like to talk about the 5 different boat designs that we have here to our boats, you guys. This pink boat that we're actually passing by right here, this is known as our Dove boat. This boat represents peace, love, and tranquility. Boat number 2 is known as our Sun boat, representing the 300 days of sun San Antonio receives year-round. Obviously, today is one of those days. Boat number 3, our Tricentennial boat celebrating San Antonio's 300th birthday we had back in 2018. And boat number 4 is known as our Missions boat, which represents the 5 missions residing here in San Antonio. Last but definitely not least, you guys, our 5th and final boat is this boat that you guys are currently on right now. This is known as our Military Appreciation Boat. San Antonio is known as Military City, USA, due to the surrounding military bases in the area. As a matter of fact, I would like to take this opportunity to honor anyone riding with us today who has either served or is currently serving in our U.S. Armed Forces. Would you please raise your hand and be recognized at this time?
Retired.
Hey, everybody give them a round of applause, please. Thank you, folks, for your service.
Yes.
Now, coming up, I probably have the most important statue I'm going to show you guys along this tour. If you take a look here towards the front right side of the boat, notice this tall, dark statue of a man holding a child in front of some palm trees here. You guys are looking at the man known as Saint Anthony, and in Spanish, that's San Antonio. Saint Anthony hails from Lisbon, Portugal, where he's known as the saint for children and lost items. That's why he's seen holding a child in the center of the statue. They say if you lose anything, just pray to St. Anthony. He'll find it for you, place it right in front of his feet.
So
However, you guys, I will warn you all from personal experience. A few months back, I dropped my phone in the river, and because I lost it, I prayed to St. Anthony, hoping I'd get my phone back, but sad story, I had to buy a whole new phone. Still have not seen that old phone. I guess St. Anthony's a little picky about the things he finds. Some guests have told me, oh, he doesn't look for technology. So that might be why. But never mind my personal problems. Take a look here to the right side of the boat. Notice above the tree line, there's going to be a tall, pointy building sticking out with a black and green tile roof on top. This is known as St. Joseph's Catholic Church. It was built in 1868. During that time period, you guys, San Antonio had a large German population, but nowhere to celebrate Catholic Mass in their own native language. So they decided to build their own Catholic church. As a matter of fact, you guys, St. Joseph's to this day still has Catholic Mass in German. So if you wake up one morning and you realize your ears are burning for a German sermon. Sorry, you guys, I know that was a pretty corny joke, but like I said, I did become a dad this year, so I had to put one corny joke in my tour. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. Yes, I did become a dad this year. Thank you guys. Really quickly though, I do want to talk with y'all with one of the frequently asked questions that I get since I started driving these boats, you guys. Number one question I always get asked is how many people have fallen into the river? Well, me personally, you guys, I've had the liberty of seeing 2 people fall into the river so far since I've worked here. However, I will let you guys know, one of my best friends who also works here, he's been here about 5 years. He's told me that number of people he's seen fall, about 50 to this day. One thing I'd like to point out, you might notice around the river there's a lot of places to buy alcoholic beverages, but there's not a lot of guardrails protecting people from falling in, which if you use your imagination, it's kind of a nasty combo, you guys. Should give you an idea of how everyone's ending up in the water. Now, as we made this left turn, we are exiting out of that man-made extension and entering back into that natural river circuit that I was mentioning earlier. As we enter back into the natural flow of the river, you guys, for any of us who may have thought that we were completely done with the hotels, guess again, we got another hotel by the grill. This one, though, is a little bit more interesting than some of the ones that I've shown you previously. You can take a look here in front of us as we pass underneath this bridge. Notice this giant white building that we're passing by. This is known as our Hilton Palacio del Rio Hotel. It translates to Palace on the River. This hotel, you guys, actually holds a Guinness World Record for the fastest built hotel of its size, using a technique called modular construction to explain how that works. Take a look at the building. As we pass by, you're going to notice the first 4 floors of the hotel sit as one solid construction built right here on this location, and it serves as the base for the hotel. Directly above the 4th floor, you're going to notice these blocks of rooms stacked on top of each other in a staggered pattern. Each one of these rooms was actually built in an assembly line off-site at another location. Once each room was completed, then fully furnished, they drove each room back over here and stacked them on top of these original 4 floors. Kind of like giant Legos. Remember I told you guys, fastest built hotel of its size. From start to finish, this entire building here only took 7 months to complete. Most people are quite impressed when I say that, but if you guys want to know my opinion, not so easily impressed. Why? Because all of you guys were made in 9 months and y'all are way more beautiful than this hotel. Coming up next to our Palacio del Rio Hotel, let's take a look here towards the front left corner side of the boat. Notice this little red sign with white letters on it that reads La Villita. La Villita in English translates to Little Village, folks. Here, the first and oldest neighborhood established in San Antonio back in 1722. Today, though, La Villita is home to all different types of shops, art galleries, and restaurants with live music performance. So if you're looking for something to do throughout the day, you guys come check out La Villita. They know how to party. If you'd like to know their secret, take a look here to the right. Across from La Villita, notice this big old green cylinder that we're passing by? You guys are looking at the world's largest margarita machine. That is a joke, you guys. Please don't believe that. It's just a water tower. Just gotta keep y'all on y'all's toes. Really quickly here though, next to La Villita, we're actually passing through what's known as the Arneson River Theater. Really quickly guys, raise your hand if any of you have seen the movie Miss Congeniality, starring Sandra Bullock. Even the guys, don't be ashamed, I've seen it too. Take a look here to the right, notice this stage we have. This stage was shot in the movie Miss Congeniality. This is where they have the bikini scene in the beauty pageant. Take a look above the stage though, notice you're going to see 5 bronze bells hanging out in this rock wall here. Each one of these bells represents the very first 5 Taco Bells established in San Antonio. I'll be honest with you guys, that joke usually gets a much bigger reaction. That is a joke, you guys. Please don't believe that. Each one of those bells actually representing the 5 missions that reside here in San Antonio. But all jokes aside, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all about this next building here. This next building really gives me the creeps, and I'm going to tell you why. Take a look here to the right. This building that we're passing by here in 1968 was called the Herzberg Circus Museum. It was a museum for clowns. I don't know about y'all, me personally, not the biggest fan of clowns. Luckily, they kicked the scary clowns out in 2001, where this building was empty for 11 years. Then in 2013, it became what you see today, the Briscoe Western Art Museum. Some cool pieces here, Pancho Villa's horse saddle, including General Santa Anna's ceremonial sword. But enough about the museum, you guys. I got a very important question I'd like to ask you all. Is there anybody else here afraid of clowns like me? Raise your hand. A couple of us? Okay. Guess I'm not the only one. Matter of fact, you guys, since we have other people also afraid of clowns, I'm gonna let the entire boat know my darkest secret. Would y'all like to know which clown scares me the most?
Yes.
Ronald McDonald. That guy's been living in my nightmares rent-free for years. But enough about my night terrors. After we pass this bridge here, I got something really cool I'd like to show you. I'll take a look towards the front right corner side of the boat. You're gonna notice this little island sticking out from the sidewalk here. We like to call this Marriage Island. As we pass by the island, folks, take a closer look at the island itself. You're going to notice that the island is in the shape of a heart. We actually will host weddings all year round on this island. Me personally, while on tour, I see proposals happen here as well. There's a legend that says if you get married on the island, it'll actually bring you good luck and fortune to your marriage. But honestly, you guys, I don't really believe the legend because my brother's been married on this island 3 different times. Another time was the charm. Funny enough, another island that my brother's been on a couple times, ironically next to Marriage Island. Take a look here to the right. Notice the trees are separated on this island, you guys. You want to guess what this is called? Divorce Island. Which is also a joke, you guys. Please don't believe that. That's not what this island's really called. I promise this is not where San Antonio's divorces happen.
It's at the courthouse.
You're getting ahead of me here. Where most of the divorces actually happen, you guys, take a look in front of us. This red building with the green roof on top is the Bexar County Courthouse. It was built in 1897 and to this day is the oldest and longest running courthouse on the state of Texas. But this next building I got lined up for you guys, way more exciting than this boring courthouse. Take a look here to the left side of the boat. Notice this giant skyscraper that we're passing by. Some of y'all might even recognize the building. Do me another favor here. Raise your hand if any of you have seen the movie Ghostbusters. Most of us. Take a closer look at the building then, you guys. You might recognize it. This building was shot in the movie... Sorry, you guys. I can't even say it. I'm lying. This isn't that building. The Ghostbusters building's actually in New York. Sorry. I just really wanted y'all to look at the building here. This is known as our Tower Life building. It was built in 1929. If you take a look at some of the details, you're going to notice they have gargoyles sticking out up top. And even creepier, right below these second-story windows, they got some really weird-looking faces that stare back at you guys, giving y'all some creepy looks. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, every time I pass this building, those faces you see really freak me out. Why? Well, they kind of remind me of my in-laws. Oh, we don't like in-law jokes here? I'm kidding, you guys, I'm kidding. But hey, actually the purpose for the faces and the gargoyles was actually to protect the building, ward off evil spirits and bad business. Spoiler alert, you guys, it did not work. This building was $3 million after it was constructed. Then when the Great Depression hit, they sold it for $300,000. One cool feature though, if you take a look back at the Tower Life building as it appears over my left shoulder, notice from this angle, doesn't it kind of look like a cruise ship? Maybe like Titanic coming at us? Believe it or not, you guys, because of the shape of the building and the fact that it is vacated right now, this building has been spreading rumors saying that it's a ghost ship. Apparently, there's a rumor that there's a horn that sounds off whenever you drive by it, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't heard that horn once since in the 6 months that I've been working here. So don't get your hopes up. We're just gonna go ahead and continue on with the tour. Now, if you take a look here, there's a possum. Oh. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not easily impressed with possums. I see them all the time. Now, as we make this right turn here, you guys, we are going to be exiting this exiting the Horseshoe Bend, entering the flood channel. Here, you guys, this is actually the deepest portion of the river. It goes to about 15-20 feet. If you guys take a look behind me over here at the other side of the river, you're going to notice at this point of the river, it kind of comes to a dead end spot. That's because over here, there's a waterfall. It drops about 15, 20 feet down. The purpose of the waterfall is to drain the river. All the water you see is currently heading south towards Mexico. Now, one cool addition to the flood channel, you guys, if you take a look up at this bridge we're currently passing underneath, notice on top of this bridge, we got a gate covered in locks. And we call this behind me Love Lock Bridge. Couples come here with a lock that has their names written on it. They clip it onto the gate, kiss the key, and toss it into the river. The legend says when a couple puts their lock on the gate, it locks your love in forever. I'm a little confused though, you guys. If it's supposed to last forever, can someone explain to me why people are putting combination locks up there? Doesn't make much sense. Never mind the bridge though. Take a look here to the right. This yellow building that we're passing by in 1990, the Alamo National Bank. But in 2007, Drury purchased the building and turned it into their Plaza Hotel. One cool fact about the hotel is Drury kept the vault from the Alamo National Bank inside the hotel, which is open and available for y'all to check out. Might be cool to check out a piece of banking history, folks, right here in San Antonio. Another cool item here, if you take a look towards the front right corner side of the boat, notice on the corner of the sidewalk, there's this giant tree sitting here that we're going to be passing by. This is actually the oldest and tallest tree on the river, folks. It's actually just under 100 feet tall. It's about 300 years old. There is a legend that says back in the year 1835, a man by the name of Ben Milam, while crossing the San Antonio River, was shot dead by a sniper housed up at the top of this very tree. So, San Antonio decided to commemorate Ben Milam due to his military status, who served as a lieutenant colonel. So this tree here on the left is known as Ben Milam's tree. Now, as we made that right turn, we are exiting the flood channel and entering back into the Horseshoe Bend. One business I'd like to share with you guys here on this side of the river. Take a look towards the front right corner. Notice we got this little brown sign that with white letters on it that reads, here you guys is the oldest bar on the Riverwalk. It opened in 1933 to celebrate the end of Prohibition, which was a time in America where it was illegal to drink alcohol. Well, the tavern didn't really care, you guys. Before they were known as the tavern, this was actually a speakeasy where they were selling alcohol illegally. It was called the Esquire Barber Shop. If you wanted some alcohol, just walk into the barber shop and ask them for a buzz cut. Then you'd be walking out with a completely different kind of buzz. Conveniently, right next to the oldest bar on the Riverwalk, you guys, if you take a look here to the right, notice underneath the bridge we have the newest bar on the Riverwalk, known as La Cuda. I hope you guys saved your receipts for this boat ride. We have a partnership with La Cuda where if you show them your receipt to purchase Go Rio cruise tickets, they'll give you 10% off. Now, if you take a look here, you guys, you might recognize this portion of the river. That's because this is where I picked y'all up from. Which does also mean that this is where I will be dropping you guys off and where I will be ending the tour here today. However, I would like to personally thank each and every one of y'all for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys sitting in on my brief history lesson about my hometown. A couple safety reminders before I let you go, folks. Remember, please stay seated until I made my announcement that I've got my boat completely tied down and it is safe to exit. While I'm doing that, I highly recommend you check your surroundings and make sure you got all of your belongings with you. I can't stress that enough, you guys. Seriously, my very first tour I did, a woman left her baby on my boat. I'm kidding, you guys. That is a joke. That is a joke. I promise you that didn't happen. But hey, one last thing before I let you guys go. If any of you enjoyed my tour and you'd like to show your appreciation, you guys check this out. Go Rio allows our boat captains to accept tips. Got my lucky tip jar if any of you got cash in hand. But if you don't got cash, you guys don't worry. I got y'all covered. I got Cash App. And we can have a conversation later if you'd like to see my QR code. But other than that, thank y'all again for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day in San Antonio, guys. Thank you all once again and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.